daily draw. Today is Thursday, so it's draw with grandparents today. I'm Elizabeth and I'm going to be teaching you how to do this beautiful Bluebells lesson today. Now, I'm making sure my grandparents are doing this picture, and I really hope you phone up your aunt or your uncle or your grandparents and make sure they're doing it too. So let's get started. So I'm actually going to start with the stalk of the bluebell because I started with the flower and I thought it would be really central. So I did it about here, but actually that didn't leave enough room for a really big, long, curvy stalk. So I'm going to do my flower over here so that I've got room to do this nice, big, curvy stalk, which we're going to take all the way down to the bottom. And we want to start it quite thin up at the top so there's not too much space between the two lines. But as we bring it down, we just want it to get slightly bigger so that you can see there's a clear difference between that and that. And then we're going to start this up here with just two lines like that, like a kind of little cone. And then we're going to draw in our bluebell shape, which is a really big curve here. And we're just going to bring it in like that to go out to the flowers, just like that. And spend a bit of time making sure you get the shape of the bluebell right. Do it in really little lines and make sure you're holding your pencil halfway up so that you get some really nice light lines. And then we're going to do the petals. And the ones at the end are kind of half petals with this big one in the middle. So just going to do it like that. And that's our first step. So we're going to rub out this bit here because these are going to come into some little leaves which are holding the plant together. And we're going to bring this line that we've got here all the way out so that we've got a little leaf, and we're going to join it just like that into the flower, but we've still got this big strong curve here. And from that curve we're going to do a little leaf coming just like that. And we're going to do another one. I'm going to make this one quite big all the way from over there. And finally, one last one, which we're just going to do coming all the way out. And we want to make this one join onto this big lovely line that we had here before. But we're still keeping to that shape that we've got here of the curve. And then we're just going to add in one little extra petal, just like that, but that one's going to be behind these three, so we want to keep that in that line. So if you pause it now and you can copy what we've just done. Okay, so we're going to start by doing some little lines on the bluebell itself. I'm going to do these just as a bit of a clear guide to where I'm going to put some once we add the watercolour pencils. I'm going to add in a tiny little line here, and that's just going to be one of the stems. And then I'm going to add in a small little stem down here as well. And about here, I want to add a bud shape. So I'm going to start by drawing the actual bud, which is going to have a pointed top, but it wants to be a round point. So we're going to curve it like that. So it's not a really sharp point, it's more rounded. And we're going to bring that down and do some leaves, just very similar to what we did before on this bit, and bring it down in this curvy shape. So it's kind of like an egg shape. And as we bring it down, we're going to connect it back to the stem. These lovely flowing curvy lines. And then we're going to do a big leaf. I don't think I've left enough space. I think I've made the flower too big, but I'm going to bring it, and it's going to come down to the very bottom of our page. And again, we want that to be really quite big at the end. And so that is our finished drawing, and we are going to colour it in with watercolour pencils and then turn them to paint. But if you don't have watercolour pencils, then please just use whatever you can get hold of. Crayons, pens, normal pencils, and please don't forget to send them to us because we are loving seeing all your pictures. So I'm going to colour in the stem and this wee bit here in two different colours of greens. I've got a dark green and a lighter green. So I'm going to go and outline some parts of it with the darker green, just like this. And remember to get those lovely flowing lines. But I don't want all of it to be this really dark green colour, I just want bits of it. And for this bit here, we want a line going through the middle of it, just like that, to give it the impression of a leaf. And then I'm going to come through and I'm actually going to do all the outline for the bits here in this beautiful dark green. It's a really lovely colour. And then I'm going to add in my lighter green, which I'm going to do on the outside. And I'm pressing quite hard so that I get all the pigment on, because once I have added the paint, these two colours are going to merge together and they're going to look really, really nice. And I'm just going to do some really light marks inside with the lighter green. And I'm going to put, because that's a really big space, I'm going to put a bit more darker green in. And that one too. Then I'm going to take my paintbrush, dip it in the water. And as you can see, the two greens merge because we're turning them to paint. So I really hope we have some grandparents watching who are doing this. It's really, really lovely to get drawing in these times. Or painting, because we're painting right now. So we're going to make sure that all the pencil marks are turned to paint. And don't forget the leaf that we've done down here. And you can really see in that there's a mix between the two greens. And then we're going to use our blue and our purple. And I'm going to outline everything in purple. And make sure you stick to those really beautiful lines that we put in at the beginning. And these lines here that we put in, again, just go over them in a bit of purple. And I'm going to colour it in with some blue as well, because they're bluebells. Really, really light marks. Just there. And I'm actually going to add a bit more purple too, because I really like the purple colour. And then again, I'm just going to turn these to paint. And as you can see, the blue and the purple merge together to give this gorgeous, gorgeous bluebell flower. And I don't know about anyone else, but when I've been going on my daily walks, which usually I'm out with my dog Cooper, I've been seeing loads of these. And they're just coming into flower as it's spring. Don't forget this little petal here and the bud. And that is our finished bluebell picture. I hope you enjoyed the lovely bluebell pictures. I really enjoyed drawing them, and I hope you got your grandparents drawing, and I hope they love them too. Please send us your pictures on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. We would love to see them. And my mum will be back tomorrow for a really special Friday treat, and she's going to be doing some Super Mario pictures, which I've seen and they are amazing. So check in tomorrow. Bye.